Good morning students. Today we will discuss constitutional design. This is the topic of 9th class in civics book. As I have discussed the meaning of constitution, story of South Africa and need of constitution in our previous videos. So now we will discuss about Indian constitution. How was it framed? Who played important role in making Indian constitution? And this topic will be discussed under some subparts like the very first part is the path to constitution. Later on we will discuss the Constituent Assembly. After it, relevance of constitution after 50 years, guiding values of the Indian constitution and Indian constitution as a living document. The first is the path to constitution. Second subpart is the Constituent Assembly. The third one is relevance of constitution after 50 years. After it we will see guiding values. Of the Indian constitution. And the last part is Indian constitution as a living document. Basically, because of amendment process, the Indian constitution is considered a living document. Like South Africa, India's constitution was also drawn up under very difficult circumstances. The making of the constitution for a huge and diverse country like India was not an easy affair. Why this was not easy to frame a constitution for India? Because of the circumstances. What kind of circumstances were prevalent at that time? Actually, at that time, the people of India were emerging from the status of subjects to that of citizens. Before getting the independence, or we can say under colonial rule, Indians were treated as subjects, but after getting independence, they were emerging as the citizens of India. Second thing, the country was born through a partition on the basis of religious differences. At least 10 lakh people were killed on both sides of border in partition related violence. The third one is the British had left it to the rulers of the princely states to decide whether they wanted to merge with India or with Pakistan or remain independent. The merger of these princely states was a difficult and uncertain task. That's why when the constitution was being written down, the future of country did not look as secure as it does today. The makers of the Indian constitution had anxieties about the present and the future of the country. In making of Indian constitution, we will discuss the very first subpart, that is the path to constitution. Despite all these difficulties, there was one big advantage for the makers of the Indian constitution. Unlike South Africa, they did not have to create awareness about what a democratic India should look like. Much of the awareness was spread during the freedom struggle. Our national movement was not merely a struggle against a foreign rule. It was also a struggle to aware our country and to transform our society and politics. The familiarity with political institution of colonial rule also helped develop an agreement over the institution and design. How were the Indians familiar to political institution? The British rule had given voting rights only to a few people. On that basis, British had introduced very weak legislature. Elections were held in 1937 to provincial legislature and ministers all over British India. These were not fully democratic governments, but the experience gained by Indians in working of the legislative institutions proved to be very careful for country in setting up its own institutions and working in them That's why the Indian Constitution adopted many institutional details from colonial laws like of Government of India Act 1935. Years of learning, thinking and deliberation on the framework of the Constitution had another benefit. Our leaders gained confidence to learn from other countries on our own terms. We can see the path to Constitution under some subparts like the path to Constitution. The first is our national movement. As I have told you that this was not just a movement but this was a source by which our national leaders created awareness among people. The second is the familiarity with political institutions. Actually, Indians took the advantage, or we can say Indians took the experience of political institutions during colonial rule. That's why later on they didn't feel any kind of difficulties to establish these kind of political institutions. The third one is sources of Indian Constitution. Many of our leaders were inspired by the ideals of French Revolution, the practice of parliamentary democracy in Britain and Bill of Rights in USA. So they incorporated some good points of the constitution of these countries in the Indian Constitution. We can see the sources of Indian Constitution like this. Ideas of justice in social, economic, education and political. These were taken from Russian Revolution which was happened in 1917. Ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity. They were taken from French Revolution which were happened during the time period of 1789 to 1799. From Government of India Act 1935, they took the ideas of federal scheme, office of governor, judiciary, public service commission, emergency, administrative details and from British Constitution our leaders adopted parliamentary form of government, rule of law, legislation, single citizenship, cabinet, form of government. And from US Constitution, we took fundamental rights, independent judiciary, judicial review, impeachment of president and the judges of Supreme Court, vice presidentialship. And from Irish Constitution, we took the ideas of directive principles of state policy, nomination of members of Rajya Sabha, electoral office and method of president election. From Canadian Constitution, we took federation with a strong centre, appointment of a state governor by centre, and from Australian Constitution we adopted concurrent list, freedom of trade, commerce and interstate trade. From USSR Constitution, we took the ideas of fundamental duties and our preamble is also inspired by USSR Constitution. As I have told earlier that South African preamble is inspired by Indian preamble but Indian preamble is also inspired by USSR. From South Africa we took the procedure for amendments and from Japan Constitution we adopted producers established by law and from Weimar Constitution of Germany we took the idea of suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. Like sources of Indian Constitution. The first is Russian Revolution. (1917). We took the ideals of justice. in social, economic, education and political field. The second is French Revolution, ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity. The third one is Government of India Act 1935. Federal Scheme, Office of Governor, Public Service Commission, and Emergency. The fourth is British Constitution. From British Constitution, we adopted the ideas of parliamentary form of government, rule of law, single citizenship, the fifth is US Constitution. From US Constitution we adopted fundamental rights. We have 6 fundamental rights. Independent judiciary. It means our legislature and executive cannot interfere in the decisions of judiciary. Judicial review. Impeachment process. And the post of Vice President. The sixth is Irish Directive Principles of State Policy. Are taken from Irish Constitution. Not only the directive principle of state policy but also the nomination of the members of Rajya Sabha are also taken from Irish Constitution. From Canadian Constitution, we took federation with a strong center. It means according to Indian Constitution, center is more powerful in comparison to state. The other one is Australia. From Australian Constitution, we took the idea of concurrent list. Both the center and the state have the power to make laws on the subjects of concurrent list. We have 3 types of list in our constitution. The first is union list, the second is a state list, and the third is concurrent list. From USSR constitution, fundamental duties are taken. And I have told you earlier that from South Africa we have taken procedure for amendment, and from Weimar Constitution of Germany we have taken the idea of suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. Our leaders also got inspiration from the constitution drafted by Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders in 1928. That is also known as Nehru Report, and the outline of Indian Constitution prepared by the Indian National Congress at its Karachi session in 1931. Now we will discuss the other topic, that is the Constituent Assembly. The Constitution of India framed by a Constituent Assembly which was set up under Cabinet Mission Plan. In 1946, the Assembly consisted of 389 members representing provinces 292, states 93, the Chief Commissioner provinces 3 and Balochistan 1. The Assembly held its first meeting in December 1946. It elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as its chairman. Soon after, the country was divided into India and Pakistan. The Constituent Assembly was also divided into two parts, Constituent Assembly of India and that of Pakistan. The Constituent Assembly that wrote the Indian Constitution had 299 members. The Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26 November 1949, but it came into effect on January 26, 1950. To make this day, we celebrate January 26 as Republic Day every year. Like Constituent Assembly framed by Cabinet Mission Plan. In 1946, members before the partition of India and Pakistan, it had 389 members. Before partition, the classification of members is like this. From provinces, 292 members. From states, 93 members. From the Chief Commissioner provinces, 3 members. And from Balochistan, 1 member. After the partition of India, Constituent Assembly had only 299 members. Completed on 26 November 1949, but enacted or implemented from 26th January 1950. At the time of Lahore session, 26th January was also declared as the day of complete independence. That's why we have adopted our constitution on 26th January 1950s instead of 26th November. In our last and fourth video, we will discuss about the relevance of constitution after 50 years and guiding values of the Indian Constitution.